What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. Thank you for watching. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Helps out the video more. No, hit that subscribe, ring the bell. You got nothing to lose. Giants season's almost over. We'll cover the game next week. We're talking about all the Giants offseason stuff on this channel. We'll do the draft. We'll be here for 2022 no matter how bad they are. So if you subscribe, ring the bell. Thank you for watching. Really can't be any worse in 2022, can it? Can it get any worse than minus 10 passing yards? Can the Giants embarrass themselves anymore? You would wonder if Clown Judge could embarrass himself any more than he has all season. Well, in this post-game presser, he certainly did. He certainly did just that. Yeah, went on a little tirade there. Joe Judge showing that narcissism. Clown Judge. Joe Judge, man, this guy has no sense of reality. None. Joe Judge, in his post-game press conference, talks about how there are players in the league who play on other teams and call him multiple times a week to say they wish they were still a Giant. I would love to know who that guy is because he needs a psychiatric evaluation. Who in the living hell is missing this mess of a 4-12 team? Yeah, is it Odell Beckham, the guy that's caught 5 touchdown passes for one of the best teams in football, the Rams? I'm sure he's calling you, Joe. I know that Odell Beckham never played for Joe Judge, but I'm sure he's one of the players talking about, I wish I was a Giant. Nobody wishes they were part of this team. As a matter of fact, the players on the team wish they weren't part of the team, and it's pretty obvious with the way they play week in and week out. The other thing that's truly alarming to me is how Joe Judge talks about, each and every one of these players, they want to be here, they work hard, and they do what they're asked to do, and they're coming in, and they're asking what they can do, and all this other stuff. And if that's the case, if these players are coming in there, and they're working as hard as he says, and they truly believe in what he says, and they look him in the eye, and they do all this other crap that the guy talks about, and they're this bad, that tells you all you need to know, Joe. Look in the mirror, sir. Tells you all you need to know. If the players are doing everything Joe Judge says, and they're working extra hard, and they're all in, and they believe in what this guy is teaching or what he's selling, right? If that's the case, they're being coached wrong. Because the results are not out there on the field, Joe. So, if these players truly are doing what you're telling them to do, and they're this bad, that's on you, sir. Then he comes out and says, the fans have every right to boo me. Oh, I know they do. And you know they do. And you know they boo you anyway. And you also know damn well that you listen to YouTube and social media. Because if there's one person that has called the New York Giants a clown show since December 5th, when I did the video that said Joe Judge is the head clown and the New York Giants are his circus. And he goes on to quote and say the New York Giants are not a clown show of an organization. Oh yeah, Joe, I know you watch. I know you watch. It's okay, Joe. I don't like you, Joe. I think you've done a terrible job, and I think you know you've done a terrible job, and that's why you were so defensive when that reporter asked you about what you thought about the fans. The fans pay your check, sir. John Mara don't pay that. We do. If we're not going to the games and we're not paying them concessions and paying for the stupid gear like this, because I'm certifiable like Joe Judge. You listen to that. He talks about I'm committed. You should be committed, Joe, and so should I. If Joe Judge listened to himself, he should be committed. And I should be committed because I watch this team and put my heart and soul into it every week. So there's something wrong with me too. I'm the one buying this crap. Why? To help you out? No, the problem is I've loved the Giants long before Joe Judge, and I'll love them long after Joe Judge, and that's a problem. But I just find it amusing that Joe Judge is sitting here talking about how these players are all in, talking about, I see what goes on in the locker room. I know the culture. I know these other guys quit. How do you know, Joe? You weren't there when Shermer was there. And I'll be honest, I was not a Pat Shermer fan, as all of you know. Was it? I was wrong. Shermer should have been there for another year. I completely own that. He should have been there for Daniel Jones. And we've watched so many players regress since Joe Judge got there, but the culture's good in the locker room. There's no fistfights on our sideline. I would much rather have fistfights in that sideline and a team that is going to the playoffs, or at least could halfway compete for crying out loud in a football game, then, we're having kumbaya and we're roasting marshmallows and it's hunky-dory and we're doing yoga and everything is puppy dogs and rainbows in the locker room. We got a good culture, but the team absolutely sucks in the field. I've said this before. Do you really think fans care about your culture? No. What fans care about is results. There are no results. You can talk yourself, and you can talk until you're blue in the face about we're building something here. We're building. You don't see it. No, we don't see it. What we see is a complete inept football team that looks unprepared, unathletic, no energy, lethargic, and beaten before they take the field. That is what we see. We don't go in the locker room. We don't give a damn what goes on in there. Nobody cares. I've said before, we don't pay money to hear about what goes on in the locker room. We're paying money to watch the product in the field. This product on the field, as I've said before, is 2 for $1 clearance rack garbage. And that's on your watch, sir. That's on your watch. Before the year started, we had 3-4 players retire? Came in here and retired. Kelvin Benjamin was in there for like 2 days, walked out. Now, granted, Kelvin Benjamin ain't the most perfect guy, so let's not get it twisted. I think they asked him to get in shape or to lose some weight, and he actually gained weight before he got there. So I'm not going to go too hard on the Kelvin Benjamin thing, but there was a reason that these players, these veterans said, nope, I don't want any part of this. There was a reason. They saw something. Players locked in their contracts, what are they going to do? They're getting their money. They're going to go out there and play. They chose to be here. But Joe Judge said they could boo my ass out of Steve. Well, I expect it to happen. As a matter of fact, along with the Mara sucks chance, I want the Joe must go chance. I think that is something that every fan that's in that stadium should be chanting. Joe must go. Joe must go. I don't care if you share my videos out, share the video out. Let people know, yeah, Joe must go. I don't even care. You don't even share my video. Just share it out all over social media. Joe must go chance. It has to happen. This is the most inept, ridiculous head coach ever. Because the only one believing the crap he's selling is himself, and I don't even think he believes what he's preaching anymore. How can you sit here and look the fan base in the face and tell them that you're building something when you come off of a game that you lose 29-3 to a team picking 8th overall in the draft, because the Bears are also a very bad team. A game in which you have minus 10 yards passing, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the worst in the history of the New York Giants. You have as many completions as turnovers. You have more turnovers than points. You've scored 49 points in the last 5 games. To put that into perspective, the Patriots scored 50 yesterday on their own. I think since the bye, they've scored 78 points in 7 games. It's something like that. And 2 of those touchdowns that they got were when they were down 37-7 with 5 minutes to go against the Chargers. And they were gift touchdowns. They also got a gift touchdown against the Eagles. So 21 of those points were in absolute garbage time. So if you take those away, they've really scored 47 points when the game mattered in the last 7 games. Our game plan was to run the ball. It certainly wasn't to throw it. Thought my game plan was working right there. Thought we did some good things on defense right there. This is this same guy that when Riley Dixon was kicking the ball out of bounds on the 28-yard line a couple weeks ago, he was saying that the special teams gave them good field position. This guy just further embarrasses himself every time he takes the podium. And much like Joe Judge, not selling the fan base on any kind of building blocks or foundation, because what do you look at and go, yeah, we're building? What are you building here? You're building a straw hut in a tornado. It's got no chance. Joe Judge trying to sell us building blocks and foundation for the coming years is like John Mara trying to sell us, Dave Gettleman, who's not going to be here, thank God, but trying to sell us Joe Judge and company in 2022. Sorry, man, I ain't buying that product. And a lot of other fans ain't buying that product. The Giants continue to get embarrassed worse and worse and worse and worse week in and week out. And Joe Judge continues to sit there in front of the podium and media and speak to the media and the fan base and tell them we're moving in the right direction because we don't have fistfights on the sideline. This is the guy's philosophy or mentality at this point. And then he gets defensive because somebody said the fan base is pretty pissed off. Yeah. And the fan base has every right to be pissed off. But he goes off the deep end. And I found it very amusing that he used the term clown show organization because, like I said, I've been saying that for a month. And I know damn well analysts do it, players. I know these people affiliated with the NFL and whatever other professionals with the NBA, Major League Baseball. I know they watch YouTube. I know they do. I know they see it. I have seen them steal things from other content creators on a consistent basis because they figure, no one else watches these guys. So if I steal this, no one's going to know where it came from. Joe, there's a lot of people that watch me, contrary to popular belief, why they watch me. There's some of them still trying to figure out why they watch me, Joe. But we all know that we all know it. And the first play of the game yesterday was a perfect microcosm of the season. First play, Mike Glennon sacked, fumbled, Bears at the 1. First play of the game. That is the New York Giants. Joe Judge, the head clown of the New York Giants 4-ring circus. And yeah, believe it or not, this franchise actually has 4 rings. But I just found it amusing that this guy can say all this crap in a post-game presser and actually try to make you believe it when the players and himself do not believe it. They don't believe it. Joe, you're a snake oil salesman. Nobody's buying what you're selling anymore. Your ship has sailed. You will get booed out of the stadium, and deservedly so. As I said, Joe must go chance, Mara sucks chance. Let these guys have it. Whoever's at that game, and if you don't go to the game, I don't blame you one bit, but if you're a season ticket holder and you've already paid the money to go and voice your displeasure. Go and let them hear your voice. Make sure they know how pissed off you are, not just for this year, not just for the stupid medium soda, but for the last decade of complete and utter ineptitude and embarrassment. You watch teams like the Philadelphia Eagles who won 4 games last year turn it around in 1 season. We haven't won a division in 10 years. The other 3 teams have won it 3-4 times apiece. We haven't won it once. Let them hear your frustration. That's all I got in this video. If you made it this far, you're a trooper. I'll be live tonight. We could talk about this more. I'm going to go hit the gym right now. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. It's Baddog and Dizzle. I'm out. Peace.